All right, happy New Year's, guys. I am really happy to be with you again in this 2017. I think it's been, 3, 4 years with me on YouTube. Thank you for all the subscribers. Thank you for all the new ones. If you stumble upon this video, feel free to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I will continue my content throughout this year. And there will be a lot of exciting things coming your way. I know it was a little bit of a break around Christmas time, but I'm back on it. I spent a lot of money on equipment for skiing. I'm planning another trip on February. I had to buy new skis, new boots, new helmet, a whole bunch of new stuff, which I'm probably going to show you in some videos. But let's go on to the sneakers. As you can see, Nike box, and that's my newest find that I did this weekend over at Marshall's. Let me show you what it is, and I can go on to the rant. Why the rant? Because these deserve it. As you can see, Nike Air Max 120, white, black, crazy hyper orange. They're loved these days. Original price 120. Didn't pay that amount. Never will. And let me pull them out, talk to you real quick about these and how piss poor of a job Nike did with them and how horrible of an execution they are. First thing first, so I managed to grab these, like I said, Marshalls for $48, and I kind of felt that I'm overpaying for what they are and what Nike did with them. But there's definitely a lot to talk about these ones. You know, the original model came around 98, 99, part of the Nike Alpha project, hence the dots in the back. Was one of the nicest, in my opinion, cross trainers at the time. Obviously had a much bigger Air Max 2 unit right here. This is just tiny. Coloring inside was different. It was red, transitioning over to yellow. There's so many differences, guys. I mean, just I remember the day this shoe came out and all the commercials, and I was looking at the stores and everything, but I can name plenty of differences just right looking at it. You know, let's start, where should we start? The front. Okay, the front, right here, there used to be a stitching, like 2 or 3 stitches right here on the toe lip. The whole toe guard used to be bigger, and it's kind of extending up to here. This crazy painted thing they put on the synthetic leather used to be embossed straight to the leather. The colorway, I mean, it's completely off. It used to be, you know, from yellow all the way to like red, kind of like what the box is, you know, dark orange or red. This is not even going to normal orange, it's like light orange. Then, of course, in the back here, there was another transition, which going from, you know, red to yellow, all the way to the back. This patch was, this whole thing was black, kind of a new book with red dots. The pull tabs didn't have these black squares in them. They were like red pull tabs on the ton as well. What else? I said about the color of the Air unit. Outsole. Outsole didn't have this crazy hyper orange or whatever craziness they call it these days. This pattern that was now left out white was all red. This is red as well, and this was, you know, black as it is on this pair. The swoosh was not black, I believe. It was white, left out on inside the red coloring. So the outsole was a lot better looking. Then the insole, which strangely enough, it's probably one of the best things on this retro, and probably, if not the only best, the only good thing. The insole was yellow colored, but this new one is actually ortholite, as you can see. You know, easily being able to pull it out. It's sticky, but not as much, since you haven't, you know, I haven't worn them, but this is ortholite insole. The old ones didn't have an ortholite, but they were a different color. This is the tag on them, 8.5, my size. The produced in August of last year. I think they released earlier 2016. Well, not last year, the year before. I'm still living in 2016. Yeah, they didn't do justice to this shoe. I know there's plenty of fans, especially among us old heads. I think my friend DJ Hess was pretty disappointed when that shoe came out. I'm sure a couple other YouTubers that love this shoe were also disappointed of this retro. Originally, when they announced it and they showed it all over the sites on pictures, I was like, man, another one to receive the Nike treatment. You know, another classic destroyed. But you know, seeing it in Marshalls on display, you know, $48, I was like, maybe I should buy it just to show it to you guys. You know what I mean? Like, I'm definitely gonna wear these just to beat them up over the summertime. You know, they're not definitely a collection piece since there's so many differences with the original. And you know, putting them on feet, they're pretty comfortable. I'm not gonna lie about this one. Probably the Ortholite insole kind of contributes a lot to it. It's very, very comfortable. You know, it's not a shoe that I cannot wear for sure. But you know, the overall execution is a very, very big letdown in my book. I think they did a very poor job on creating this shoe, and I mean, it comes down to the argument. You know, do you guys, or myself included, do we really want shoes that are made this way with so many differences, so inaccurate to the original, and still released, or we just okay with not releasing them at all? You know, if you're gonna release them this way, just don't release them at all. You know, I'm okay with the second one. You know, I'd rather scoop up a pair, you know, wearable or barely wearable off of eBay just for the collection purposes instead of, you know, being very disappointed. And I cannot even imagine people paying, you know, retail and over retail for these shoes when they came out. I'm sure some, you know, the very handful of people that were super excited, they probably bought it very easy, you know, very early on the release date and paid a lot of money. But then, you know, it's super disappointing. That's like a slap across the face for all the fans of that model. And you know, people continue to buy shoes from Nike all the time, and especially big collectors and, you know, YouTubers. You guys know how it goes. You spend a lot of money on these shoes, and you know, to be like that. This logo is completely different. You know, all that was a red color back in the day. This was darker. Obviously, the padding was a lot more on the original pair, and kind of I feel the heel was a little bit higher. There's so many differences. You know, I mean, I don't know. Is it really worth it? You know what I mean? Like, okay, $48. I probably could have bought, you know, other pair that I love and like more for $48. But, you know, I saw this one and I jumped on it. I just wanted to show you guys. I still can get by this smaller hair units these days. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, this thing was like up to here. It was so nice and responsive and big, and not to mention the color. You know, transitioning red to yellow. But these new ones are just not good at all, man. You know, I just look at the latest Barkley retro, the Godzilla in stores. Tiny air unit, very poor plastic leather. I mean, how do you destroy a classic shoe like that? You know, many people were waiting for that shoe, including myself, to add it to my Barkley collection. I almost have almost all of them, but not that one. Guess I'm gonna be back to looking for 2007, 2008 retro to add it in. But yeah, I'm just sidetracking off this one because I don't want to think about it too much. Midsole is pretty soft. I mean, this you know, I don't know if it's a polyurethane or it's any other material, but it's pretty soft and responsive. I mean, maybe it's a Phylon, a bit dense for Phylon, but at the same time, it's nothing too crazy. It's kind of in between, in the middle. Not too much love about, you know, for these shoes from the younger generation. They're probably gonna laugh at us wearing them outside, but hey, I don't care. I think, you know, I think it was a good time. I think when they came originally were a pretty big hit and people loved them, including myself. But, you know, unfortunately, we had to receive this poor execution on the retro. But hey, you know, buy them from Marshalls or some other outlet. That's pretty much it, guys. Again, thank you everybody for the support. There'll be a lot more videos coming in very soon. Stay tuned to the channel. Hit the thumbs up if you like the video. Stay tuned to collectivekicks.com for more sneaker news, reviews, and history articles. And until next time, guys, you have a wonderful day.